As the Minnesota Vikings look to see who their future right guard is going to be, they need to leave no stone unturned, and that includes Kwesi, his specialty, trading in the division. Should the Vikings try to trade for Chicago Bears offensive tackle, but really he's a guard, Teven Jenkins? That's right, because it's been reported that the Bears have already fielded calls and are having trade talks around offensive lineman Teven Jenkins. Sources tell me and Mike Garafalo, this is from Rap Sheet, the former second-round pick has drawn interest based on his potential, a situation to watch. Yeah, based on potential, because he had a poopy rookie season because of injury and because he's with the Bears, right? And also, like Justin Fields, who needs protection. Let's just get rid of all of his protection and then pay Riley Reef $12 million. Woo! Absolutely love it, man. But I've had a crush on Teven Jenkins since the draft last year, man. The slayer of Stillwater, the terror of Topeka. He was getting things done, man. And if the Vikings didn't get Darisaw, I would have loved picking up Teven Jenkins because the Bears, they obviously saw him as a potential left tackle of the future, but I don't know. It didn't really pan out. I always saw Jenkins as more of a guard, and frankly, the Vikings need some help inside a guard, especially if they're not going to give Wyatt Davis the time of day. So let's talk about Teven Jenkins today. Background: 24 years young, 6'6", 320. He was a former three-star recruit from Topeka, Kansas. Took his talent to Oklahoma State, where he was a 3-year starter for the Cowboys, mainly at right tackle. Played some left tackle as well as guard mixed in there as well. Peak season was 2020. He posted 92.0 PFF grade, 93.6 in the run, only 4 pressures and 0 sacks allowed. Only played in 7 games due to a back injury in the Bedlam game against Oklahoma. He did not allow a sack in 2 seasons. That's how great he was at right tackle. Now, part of that was the offense that Mike Gundy runs at Oklahoma State, and it's always tough parsing out tackles from air raid offenses because the ball comes out so quickly. But I thought Jenkins was pretty damn good. He had a very impressive pro day, ran a 5.0140, 4.9 unofficial times, 36 bench reps, 32.5-inch vert. So he's got a great explosiveness, great strength, and he has one of the best anchors from the 21 draft class. And our own scouting report, pros, tough physical. He's a nasty MFer. Those were his words, and it showed up on tape. He was a guy who played until the last little tidbit of the whistle. He's got strength for days, great anchor, like I mentioned, got good violence in his hands as well. Cons, like we said, a little bit older of a prospect coming in at 23, and then college offense, like we talked about. The whole scheme fit, how's it going to work? But I thought that he did have a ton of potential, and the Bears took him in the second round, number 39 overall. He only played in 6 games for the Bears last season with 2 starts. Now, he missed time last year because he had a back surgery right after training camp. So the back issues are worrisome. Of course, the medical team would have to go through that with a fine-tooth comb. But he had a back injury in college. He needed surgery at the start of your NFL career. And it's tough. It is a little tough. But here's Lance Zierlein's scouting report from NFL.com. Compared him to Jumpin' Joe Thuney, who's a great college tackle at NC State, kicked inside a guard, and we know the rest of the story from there. Overview on Teven Jenkins. NFL-ready frame with broad chest and thick THICC lower half. Jenkins not only plays with excellent upper body power and hand strength, he combines it with a desired level of body control and athleticism to create a consistent, toolsy talent. His instincts and processing serve him well in quickly sifting through moving pieces. He can be an intolerant run blocker looking to finish and bury his opponent once he gets his block locked and centered. Jenkins has good tackle tape, but his short arms and average range and pass sets could be something to keep an eye on. Whether it's a tackle or guard, Jenkins has the talent to become an early starter and a successful pro. And the Vikings offensive line. So I do like Jesse Davis. I do like Chris Reed as well. They've been flirting around with his versatility. Austin Schlottman, I think, is going to be in the mix. Ed Ingram, the second-round pick from LSU, obviously has some potential as well. But if you're able to take from a division rival, because if they're ready to give up on him, because remember, that was a Ryan Pace draft pick. That was Matt Nagy, fake-ass Brad Childress draft pick. And now you have the new regime with Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. Maybe Teven Jenkins isn't their cup of tea. Maybe they're just sort of ready to give up on him because they didn't draft him. They're not invested in him. So maybe that's why, the fact that he has been running with the twos in training camp, even though the Bears offensive line has issues, man. So maybe that's why he's available. So could we work out a Yankee swap? Because if this new regime isn't in on Wyatt Davis, which hurts me, it really does hurt me no matter what. But if they're ready to give up on Wyatt Davis, who was a 3rd-round pick last year, Teven Jenkins was 2nd-round pick, the Yankee swap, Maybe we also include our finest Sean Mannions. That could work out. I mean, Sean Mannion might be QB1 in Chicago. But here's what you do. So you're swapping your second-year offensive line potential guys who have had injury issues, and then guess what? Both of them turn into all-pros. I think that's a win-win. And as we've seen, Kwesi ain't scared about trading in division. So why not? Get Ryan Poles on the phone. Hey, what's up? Teven Jenkins, we want him. We need him. We like it. We love it. We want some more of it. But I don't know. Just he's got such a nasty disposition, which is so good for football, man. I love it. I do love it. But concerns are the back. I'm not so concerned that the team's ready to give up on them because A, they're the Bears, and B, it's a new regime, so I fully understand what's going on there. But I would love it. I would love it. Like, hey, Teven Jenkins for a 4th-round pick. Well, we don't have a 4th-round pick. We'll find one. We'll figure something out, man. Just watch him in purple, just maul. Because the whole nastiness, we need an edge along that offensive line, and Teven Jenkins would bring that in spades, baby. Woo! Love it, man. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Vikings need to trade for Chicago Bears offensive lineman Teven Jenkins. Teven Jenkins. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.